Endless. Because the first time it's specifically in one quest where you're trying to get a man to confess his love to a woman, but you're trying to avoid her mother in the process of doing that. But she took a while to try to. She's been going in circles in order to get, and then got through the door up, and he's live.
Oh no! What? Oh, it was. I was all into the story too. You have to continue more of it later. Let's let Wolf do the introduction.
Good evening, UN Spacey Wolf Squadron. And I hope you guys have fixed your fucking time. And I hope
Oh
you haven't ran into any bad traffic since recently. We're doing a trill stream tonight. We're still talking about a little bit of music. We're going into the 90s now, transitioning, of course. We are going to go back into the 80s here and there, back and forth. Not really, but still. I have with us our sixth ranger, Draco Nightmare.
Hello. Greetings. The Star Warden has arrived to chill, but this time there is no need to fight. The night is here to rest and just relax.
The lovely of our Leia Plus Size.
Good evening and happy Sunday to you all, and welcome to our chill stream. This is Leia Plus Size, your lovely lady of valor. And for those of you that have come, I hope you enjoy our conflab, and we're happy to have you with us.
The Hound of the South, Dominic Powell.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome to our chill stream. And remember, if there are any topics that you would like us to discuss for tonight, don't be afraid to put them down in the chat.
The Warrior of Light, Final Fantasy Fan 012.
Greetings to viewers and fellow Final Fantasy fans. This is Final Fantasy Fan 012 here, and welcome back to another live stream of the UN Spacey Wolf Squadron. And today we are having a weekend chill stream, and we're still on the subject of music. So why don't we talk about music? Just have a nice chat about music.
Well, to start things off, let's talk about songs that are based on literary or comic book characters.
Okay, songs that are based on literary or comic book characters. Okay. I need to think a little bit.
Are you talking about like movie scores on specific those, like in film adaptations, Dom?
Nope.
A soundtrack?
Nope. Not music scores. No.
Spider-Man.
No, look.
Oh God!
Neither music scores nor soundtrack. We're talking about actual songs that are inspired by comic book or literary characters, which shows a musician or band to be nerds themselves, in literature, whether it's in novels or comic books.
Well, I just recently. Well, that screws me up because I was just about to get all up into the X-Men cartoon.
The Bear of the North, Eloise Dahl is here.
Hello, everyone. How you doing?
Oh, we'll get your butt in here. We need a third lady.
Oh, Dominic, I was just about to go into the X-Men theme from the cartoon. I was about to wail on that, but let's see. Now, okay, so there specifically has to be a song. It's not a song specifically written for film, but a song that's inspired by a literature character or a comic book character, showing the band to be geek sort of type of. Is that what you're asking for? I just want to make sure.
You are correct.
Well, this doesn't deal with the 90s, but the other day I was watching a video about the backstory of the song Total Eclipse of the Heart by Bonnie Tyler, which was a smash hit in the 1980s. And I know this because I bought that record. And I did not know this. I don't know if this is what you're looking for, but I come to find out the man who wrote that song said that song was actually a vampire love story. That if you listen to the lyrics very closely, it was meant to be a vampire love story about I don't know if I can't remember quite exactly if the vampire was in love with a human or it was two vampires that were in love, but I think it meant to be. So if anybody out there knows and have heard Total Eclipse of Heart, not the Glee version, not the American Idol version, but the pure Bonnie Tyler belting out version, you all are probably too young to remember it. So that's why you're probably all silent. But if anybody out there has heard this song, the original song by native English woman Bonnie Tyler. The song, now the video to that song makes a lot of sense too. But the writer said it was a vampire love song for vampires. I don't know if it's what you're looking for, Dominic, but that's what comes to top of my head.
Well, that counts. Well, first off, that counts. And second, I haven't heard that song from Bonnie Tyler in years.
Yeah, a lot of people have heard it in the years. Yeah, I haven't heard it in years. But the other day I was listening to it. The other day I had my 80s jam CD out of greatest hits, and I still love that record. That record is a record that has stood the test of time. One reason is because of Bonnie Tyler's vocals, in my opinion. Her vocals, nobody sings it like she does. Her vocals just fit so great for that song. And there's this, and in MeWe, Dominic, if you want, I'll send you the link to this channel that goes. It's a YouTube channel that goes behind the scenes of the making of hit records. And he said that the man who wrote the song, that was the story he was telling with the record. And if you probably don't even remember the video, but now when I think back to the video for that song, like, okay, now all of that makes sense. So if you ever get a chance, you go back and listen to the lyrics. Now you kind of can hear it in there with the words. I'm trying to recall some of the lyrics in there. But that's what it was, because at the beginning of the song, it's like a duet between Bonnie and another singer. And like I said, you haven't heard the song in a while. You have to go back and play the song. But it starts off with, turn around. And then Bonnie comes in. And that was another male singer backs her up as she sings it. But now when I think about it, that's what it was supposed to have been. It was the vampire talking to his human a lover. And the lover, who is Bonnie Tyler, is replying back to the vampire. God honest truth. That is the backstory of Total Eclipse of the Heart. So out there in the chat, or anybody in my fleet, first of all, look up the song. The video is on YouTube. And then I will the link of the station here that does these backstories, and then it'll tell you more in depth of the song. So this guy was really giving us vampire stuff before vampires became a thing with the Twilights and Nan Rice and all that kind of stuff. But now when I think about the song and I listen to the opening,
I'm starting to get familiar with that song, because I've heard it about like at least 10 times. Yeah, around around 10 times I've listened to that song.
The original version by Bonnie Tyler, not everybody's American Idolized karaoke version, because nobody sings it like Bonnie Tyler. I'm sorry. Okay, you have Final.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, so you know her vocals. Well, the reason I emphasize that because nobody sings it like Bonnie Tyler. She had this unique, raspy voice, but it was a powerful voice. And I mean to tell you, everybody, even my parents, loved that record. Everybody loved that song by her, and she just belts that thing out like nobody else. I think that song has stood the test of time. But now I just happen to be listening to this video, watching a video about behind the scenes of classic 80s songs. And the writer said the song was really a vampire love story. It's the vampire speaking to his female lover. And final, do you know how the song begins? It begins with another man's vocals, and then Bonnie is responding.
Yes.
Okay. Now, when I heard the guy talk about it, that's why there's another vocalist Bonnie at the record, because that's what the song was about. And I don't know if anybody, probably haven't seen the video in a long time, but if you have Final, or anybody on the panel, anybody listening, you can go to YouTube, type in Total Eclipse of the Heart, Bonnie Tyler, and you can get to watch the video, and then you'll sit and go, oh, now I see it. Because she had an unforgettable video to that song. And this is back in the day when singers cared about videos. And she had one of the most unforgettable videos I think I've ever seen to a record. It really was, how can I describe it? This big gothic fest video that really gets to you emotionally. And I can see why the record was such a smash hit that it was. But the writer, yes.
You ain't shit. Fucking blast your face full of fucking laser. I played your fucking game. And you want to come in here like you the mega boss and shit.
Wolf, do they...
I'm playing Ruiner.
The only song I can mention that fits the description.
For those of you out there listening, Wolf is playing a it was not directed to me. Of it first.
Go on, Leia. You gonna say something?
If anything else comes to mind, but that video is one of the most unforgettable videos
I've only listened to the song. I haven't seen the video yet, and I know I should.
Toro, bitch. Let's go.
Sadly, the only song I know that fits Dom's description is like
the video
not even in the 90s.
It's sometimes, yeah.
And Leia's robotic a lot.
Yeah. You're a robot, Leia. You miss. Anybody else want to talk about music?
There are only two songs I know. In terms of songs that actually would tell, a story. There are two songs that come to mind, both by the same artist. That being "Holy Diver" and "Sacred Heart" by Ronnie James Dio.
Holy Diver, Soul Survivor.
No, Ronnie James Dio is "Holy Diver."
I don't. You gotta get away, get away.
And mainly because I know a lot of his songs are very much more religious. Because there's actually one of the interviews that he actually said, where he actually said this. Where I'm actually gonna be paraphrasing. I'll probably pretty much paraphrase. Yeah, I'll paraphrase what he said in this interview, where he says, anytime when he would write his songs, because he would be very religious, but then he would say this when someone asked him this question, where he says, I don't believe that heaven and hell as a place to go to when we die. Like, if we're bad, we go down there and burn for a while, or if we're good, we go up there and be happy for a while, or purgatory, where we just go through some pretty messed up stuff there. And he doesn't really believe in that, because what he believes is heaven and hell's right here. Because this is heaven, this is hell. You make your own heaven, you make your own hell. And he would also say, I don't need a priest to tell me to just beat me over the head with a ruler just to tell me how bad I'm. Because who the hell are you to do that to me? Because people can make their own heaven, people can make their own hell. So then he said, go ahead and make your choice, because people are allowed to choose with this. Because you create your own heaven, you create your own hell, you choose. And if anyone want to contribute?
Oh man, like the 90s, like.
I think in 90s songs.
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
Isn't that a 2000 song?
No, it's not, motherfucker. The fuck you been born in?
I was born in 03.
You black and you don't know TLC was a not.
No, I'm pretty young. I'm still pretty young. Most of my knowledge of pop culture was in the 2000s.
If there's any way I could physically reach into my screen and strangle you.
Don't make me get the sword.
You don't.
Okay.
Waterfalls is a
No,
90s song.
I'll pull you
Not
back.
my fault. I only learned of it in the 2000s.
Then you should know. Oh, that was after Left Eye died. Actually, yeah, they only made like 1 or 2 songs without her. The group.
Well, if we're still gonna talk about songs from the 90s, here's one. Holy Wars: The Punishment Due by Megadeth. Now this one, now an interesting fact about this one is it talks about the Punisher Frank Castle. And Dave Mustaine has mentioned in an interview in 2009. I love the Punisher. I've been reading the Punisher for years and years. Although in 1993 he complained the comic had been commercialized, which I can understand why. However, now this song was featured in Megadeth's second Punisher song after 1984's debut title, "Killing Is My Business," and business is good. But Holy War, or is the punishment due, is Dave Mustaine's love letter to Frank Castle.
Interesting. Wait, was it actually made specifically for Wait, no, I think the movie was back in the 2000s. Never mind. Hmm. Dang it, I think we already ran into a problem here now because
Wait. Aha. Excellent. Okay, no, I did find the song. I had to double check. I thought it was only 2000s, but no, it came out in 1998. So
right.
It's still good.
Yeah. Because I was already thinking that came out like when the Punisher film came out, but that movie came out back in the 2000s.
That song is as old as I am.
Oh, but I wouldn't talk about but there's another nerd band, Blind Guardian, The Nightfall in Middle Earth. It came out in '98.
Huh?
Now you got all tracks about Lord of the Rings. You got the Curse of Feanor. You got like basically a whole album dedicated to Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. In fact, Led Zeppelin actually did a lot of the Led Zeppelin songs were inspired by the Lord of the Rings.
Yep. And then if you want to get old, then you also got I think Blue Oyster.
I want to kill this fucker. I don't
did songs for based on Michael Moorcock books, I believe. And then there's I think it was it Hawkwind? Hawkmoon? There was a band. It's also based. Hawkwind, yeah. Hawkwind. Based on
Hawkwind.
Also based on Moorcock books.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see?
There's so much to dig into from the past that's just still resonates. That at this point, there's no point. There's no point in looking forward to anything in the present. It just can't compete.
That's the reality. I mean, is that not what we've been trying to say for years now?
Objection, I can compete.
We're not talking in terms of music, yes.
Oh, music. Oh, specifically. Oh, music. Okay.
Yeah. But in this case, we're talking about songs that are based or it talks about characters, whether they're a literary figure or they're a figure, like he or she is a figure in comic books.
Right. The Sea Shanty by Ruben Ranzo. Actually, even though there are pretty much a lot of sea shanties that came out today, especially thanks to who was it? Because he did two sea shanties, the Weller Man and the Last Sea Shanty. And I'm trying to look up who it is. It is Nathan Evans. That's who it is. Even though it's been pretty much since somewhere around 2020s, somewhere around 2020 now. Dang it, I think we've already found a problem here on the stream. It's because we can't even contribute much to anything now, especially... Or not anything to contribute. There's hardly anything else we could ever even think of for this.
Damn it, Don, why you have to pick a boring topic?
No, he picked he just picked a very limiting topic. I mean...
I'm kidding.
Oh.
If it were boring, we'd have to talk about something else. But if it's a pretty limited topic we're passionate about, we have to find something else. But if it's limited, then we gotta figure out something.
It gets you all to think.
Blue Oyster Cult.
All right. Yeah, I remember listening to that one.
With a purposeful grimace and a terrible sound, he pulls up, spitting high tension wires down. Helpless people on the subway train scream, but he looks in on them. He picks up a bus and he throws it back down, and he waves through the buildings toward the center of town. Oh no, they say he got to go Godzilla.
Well, it's again not a bad choice.
Eminem made a song about Godzilla, or titled Godzilla. Funny enough, I'm singing the Serj Tankian version. That's the one I used for King of the Monsters. Not bad.
The new King of the Monsters or the old school King of the Monsters?
New one.
New one, okay.
I mean,
well, here's a song that probably some of you may not have heard. It's called Magneto and Titanium Man by the Wings. It's Paul McCartney's band. Now Paul, he showed and proved himself to be a comic book nerd himself.
Wait, did Black Sabbath's Iron Man? It doesn't count, right?
No, Iron Man does count.
It does count. Somewhat, but similar to Rob Zombie's Man Without Fear, which is meant to be as promotion for the 2003 Daredevil movie.
Yeah.
But we're just trying to look for some stuff in the 90s, but a lot of the stuff has been in the 2000s.
Yeah, in the 90s, the decade I completely missed.
Well, actually, Anthrax.
Mean pride.
Rush?
What? Hey, I said, Tom Sawyer is a literary character, so he counts.
I didn't know they were actually talking about Tom Sawyer.
Nowadays events. What you say about his company is what you say about society.
I just dropped some water.
Catch the mystery.
Oh gosh, where'd you spill it?
Man,
on top of the chargers I had.
Oh no!
Wow,
that is
I had something way to say, but now that I hear the full details, that is serious.
It is, yes.
You know, this charger is durable because it is still on.
But still, if it's on an outlet, if it's still on an outlet, that's a very high risk of you getting shock. Of you getting shocked.
Not your power.
Well, let me just
get a cloth, put on some rubber gloves. Safety is important, people. Remember that.
That's good. I don't think there's any water damage involved.
I
hope not.
Yeah, I hope.
Oh, because I was trying to set it down, and it turns out one of the ends of the water bottle was like bent, so it just fell, and then it fell on the floor. Then I picked it up. I have to get it up.
Funny enough, we didn't hear that.
Oh, because I was muted.
Yeah.
No, but still, even so, we
the Megas. Who was that band that did a lot of Mega Man songs? There was the Megas. They've done a fair share of Castlevania songs too.
Oh, yeah, that is true.
Wonder, would Crush 40 count?
Yeah, kinda. No.
But probably just more so it's just a band, mostly it's just to contribute with Sonic, and they have been pretty much for a long time.
Yeah.
This is nuts. That was fucking nuts.
Man, songs based on literary characters.
Bang,
Damn,
bang.
in the 90s.
All right, actually, here's another one. Now this song is another. This song is from the 90s and it's from Anthrax called "I Am the Law." And if you pay attention to the lyrics,
a Judge Dredd song.
Yes.
Voltaire did Mega Man songs?
Wait, no, hold on.
Okay, we gotta break the silence here.
Yeah, because that's always a problem. It's so limited. We can't even talk about anything else. And especially because since you said 90s stuff, a lot of it has been in the 2000s.
You can say 2000s.
No, he said 90s.
I know, but you guys can say 2000s too. They're kind of like the new 90s.
Oh, I wish that were true.
Go, shorty. It's your birthday. We're gonna party like it's your birthday. We're gonna sip and party like it's your birthday. And we don't give a what is that your birthday. You find me in a club.
I have heard that song everywhere. It was like Usher's "Yeah," just like it was on every day.
Yeah. Fuck that fucking Confession soundtrack. I heard that shit every fucking day. How the fuck you broadcast Dirty Laundry in a fucking album?
Part 2 of my confessions.
This is my confession.
And then there's Let It Burn.
You got another one. Let it burn. Let it burn. And who could forget the Chocolate Factory? Or the hotel.
R. Kelly.
A hotel. Please lend me your room key.
I don't know that one. I must have missed
R.
that
Kelly.
one. Did he do Let It Burn with that Usher? Also Usher?
No, that was no. Let It Burn was Usher, and there were actually Confessions is a two-parter song. However, people are more familiar with Confessions Part 2 more so than Part 1, because in that one it actually features Stevie Wonder.
Wait, what?
And he didn't. Well, not in the vocal sense, but he played his harmonica like in Part 1 of Confessions.
Huh. So wait, the song Iron Man, that was actually made for the MCU? I thought that was a
it was, yeah.
They used that to promote the movie.
Huh. I thought it was a coincidence.
It wasn't really made specifically for that movie. It was used to promote it though.
Oh, okay.
And used that as a part of the soundtrack, especially at the end. Because that song was already made.
Huh.
That song was already made before that movie came out. I think. Let me check.
While he's checking, am I robotic?
No,
you should be good to go now.
Yep, came out.
I'm still robotic.
1970.
1970.
Yeah.
It was used to promote the movie. It was not used as sort of part of the movie.
What song are you talking about?
Black Sabbath's Iron Man.
Has
Oh.
he lost his mind?
You mean the theme
Can he
to
see
the
or is
cartoon?
he blind?
No, Black
Can
Sabbath.
he
The Black
walk
Sabbath
at
song.
all? Or if he moves, will he fall? Now, do you know what that song story is?
Time travel.
Yeah, exactly. It's Accidental Terminator. That's what I like to call it. Accidental Terminator. All right, motherfucker. Slow your ass down. Die. Die. Why won't you die? Everybody freeze. Those are tough enemies. This game is getting tougher. Okay. Gotta change tactics. Come here. You die. You die. You dead.
I couldn't agree more, Humble Marty.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you were not wrong about Bohemian Rhapsody.
Is this a real life? That's sympathy for a murderer.
Okay.
I
thought he was gonna keep going, and thank God he didn't.
Mother.
God damn it!
Put a gun to his head. Pull my trigger. Now he's dead. Mother.
Oh no!
Life has just begun. And the
Alright,
motherfucker
guys, you created the monster.
put a lead in my head.
Keep practicing.
I am. I'm sitting down though.
Don't worry, Wolf. You'll get there eventually.
So you having my baby,
What book?
and it means so much to me.
What's the book you're reading, Final?
Oh, it's the Iliad.
Ooh!
Oh,
This is all the events of the Trojan War.
Holy shit, dude! You strike fast with that one. Bravo,
What?
dude!
What do you mean strike fast?
Man, you got the fucking best shit.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, it is the Iliad. It's
And you still ain't got no bitches on your thing?
No.
Do you want me to slap you on the back of the head with the spine of this
I'm
book?
just saying, man, you got all this treasure trove of good shit that women would like to know about of you. And you still ain't got no girlfriend? We gotta fix that.
Whoop, stop
it!
Hold
on, Final. I have to spray.
Thank you.
Stop it!
So yeah, this
Me
is
and
actually.
Wolf sound like.
This is actually by.
Look, I should not be the
Homer.
only person that's married. Damn it! We should have at least an epilogue where all of us are married with children.
That is a
babes
great
on the
wish.
way.
Besides Star. So yeah, the Iliad. It is said the author is actually by Homer, who actually did the Odyssey, which is already an entire book about the Greek myths. So this one is too about the Greek myths. So this is specifically about all the events detailing about the Trojan War, as well as Jason and the Argonauts.
Good stories.
Don't say.
In fact, in the Great Greek Myths, which is actually based on the Odyssey, at least a lot of it is, the sister series, the Iliad, is actually based on this book, because there's so much stuff that happens during the Trojan War, and it is essentially Achilles' story, and so much stuff happens, they had to put it into its own separate series.
He's right, Glad to see that you are, see that you're doing a little bit of your back homework, as we discussed yesterday in the after chat before we get into the Judgment of Paris that led up to the Trojan War.
It doesn't contain the Judgment of. It doesn't contain the Judgment of Paris in there though, but it just immediately goes straight to the events of the Trojan War. The Judgment of Paris that kickstarted the events of the Trojan War.
Oh, right. The beauty pageant.
Yes.
The
Paris,
first beauty pageant.
A pawn of Aphrodite who is blamed for everything.
No, it's because Paris.
Yes.
No, it's because Paris chose love. That was
Paris
his choice.
chose horny.
Yeah, but it's not. Yeah, but it's not like he knew that Helen was married. It was a trickery on Aphrodite's part. It was unfair. It was unfair entrapment, and legally, this trial should be thrown out.
I can't believe you actually used that fucking word.
Draco, you would have been a great attorney back then. Well, that's how Athena and
drop kick that motherfucker.
Because they were not.
Knocked his head off, clean off.
They were seeing red. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to remember Wolf is showing his passion during our conflict.
Oh, it's passion and mayhem, all right.
Drake, so that is that anger. Hera and Athena were steaming because they felt the same way you did, that Aphrodite used trickery to win, and they wanted to get back at her for doing that to Paris. Well, she is a seductress, you know.
You think she's a seductress? I think she was a petty bitch.
That's basically a lot of the Greek pantheons.
Well, actually,
not all.
It was Discord. It was Discord. It was all this fault. That petty ass bitch.
That's a lot of the pantheons, though.
Not all of them.
Well, yeah, of course, not all of them, because Hades was still a pretty nice guy, in spite of being pretty apathetic.
We usually call him Hades.
But because the disturbing fact about the Greek god is that the Greek pantheon / the Romans, they're pretty much like bullies. They would show their positive sides, like Aphrodite would be more than willing to help people out in terms of like searching for love, but a lot of the times they do show their negative sides. A lot.
Their vices.
Yes, they're imperfections. You could say vices, but yes, a lot of that showed between them. And if it was chaos on Mount Olympus, it was chaos down on among the humans. And I don't know who said that. Dominica Wolf was right. Discord did start this whole thing because she was angry that Zeus would not invite her to their little party. So she was a spoiled brat, and she decided she was going to take revenge. And it did kind of start with Discord. You're wrong about that. She was angry because Zeus felt Discord. He told her, "You stay home." Well, she was spoiled. She was a spoiled brat, and she didn't think that was fair. All the other gifts of gods to go, but I can't either.
I want to go now, Daddy.
That's basically it. How come all the other guys get to go and not me?
Marsha.
So while they're enjoying themselves with music and fruit, she's seething. She's basically the Maleficent of the gods. She's like, okay,
exactly. I was about to pull up that. I was about to pull that up.
Yeah.
Basically, what it amounts to, Marsha.
It's pretty much.
This is why you're the
they
not
all
so
get to be there,
favored Brady sister.
Well, Discord wasn't decided. She was seething with these, so that's when she came up with her little scheme. Came up with the golden apple, all with the golden apple. And that's what led to that, and that got started.
All these stories always seem to involve something about a golden fruit.
Yes. Well, Aphrodite is not going to just sit there and let somebody else take the fairest. She's there's a vainness about her also, and she just assumed nobody would challenge her. But then Athena and Hera decided, wait, we want in on this. And she wasn't too through.
Hang on, Leia. Connection check. Everybody connection good?
Sure.
Yeah.
It's all good.
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Because I was having problems earlier. Oh, okay.
I hear you clearly. I hear Don clearly. I hear Draco clearly. What about you, Final?
I mean, I'm fine here.
All right. Eloise is still with us? Let's check. She's still with us.
Yep, I'm still here. Sorry, it's just I've been cleaning the best that I made.
Humble, get your butt up in here.
Yes, Arachne. No, not Arachne. Arachne, yeah, Arachne.
No, yeah, Arachne.
Athena did not like Arachne's bragging about being weaving, and of course, the story she bragged. She was a very good weaver. She was excellent at that skill. But one day she bragged, "I am more powerful, or I am a better weaver than Athena, her very self." Well, Athena did not like that, so she came down to earth disguised as an old woman and asked her, "Is it so that you are such an excellent weaver?" And Athena says, "Oh yes, I can weave any pattern. I can weave into a beautiful pattern." And Athena watched her and saw that yes, she is really good. Okay, she has to be very good at that. Well, Athena was not having that, and I forgot what was told to her, but Arachne took it very seriously that she had angered the gods. So Arachne hung herself and died. And when she died, Athena poured this special oil on her that turned her into a spider. And as a spider, she continued to weave instead of her webs, using her special weaving skills. But it all started from the fact that she bragged that she was better than Athena, and Athena didn't like that.
Fate worse than death.
Yeah, she wouldn't send her to Hades, so instead she turned her into a spider. And that's
bitch gonna die again anyways. You gave her a short lifespan.
Well, I think Athena, I guess there was some guilt she felt that the woman had hung herself, so I guess she said to soothe her own guilt.
I don't know what story we were told, because when I was told that bitch was a sore loser, she fucking smashed Arachne's weave.
She didn't smash. I have to go back to my memory of it.
Now I'm imagining her hair falling out.
Yep. That's exactly how I want you to perceive it.
That Arachne's hair fell out?
She was wearing a weave. And it
that's exactly how I wanted you guys to perceive it. She smashed that weave. Because the bitch had better locks than she did. She didn't like that, so she smashed that weave. And Arachne hung herself because she had alopecia.
Oh my god!
She couldn't stand being seen without good flowing hair.
Well, that would be one interesting story to tell. Now, would it? Greek mythology from the hood: the story of the weave and how the weave was invented.
They're read by Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Oh shit! That bitch done smacked her weave.
Mm-hmm. This is exactly how it happened.
This is what happens when you get bitches together.
Arachne was the best weaver in the whole town. She could do a hair weave like no other. You get a weave from her, and you will come out with your head shining like a diamond.
And you thought Aphrodite takes it personally with her looks of taking the most beautiful goddess amongst all? Think again.
All these bitches. All these bitches did some fucking vain shit.
Well,
fuck. Do we need to recite Artemis' story?
Who?
Artemis.
Oh, yes. No, that one I know. Which one? Is it the one where she turned this poor soul into a deer or something because he saw her naked?
Because the motherfucker just glanced at her. Now imagine if these broads at the fucking gym had that kind of power.
Oh my god, I would feel sorry for you.
I thought you'd be talking about the story of Hippolytus. You meant.
Oh, tell us that story then.
Huh?
Yeah, spotlight on you. Tell us that story.
All right. So Hippolytus, he is the son of, even though he used to be a part of not Athena, of Artemis's group, even though despite of being comprised of females, and yet he's the only male there. And when she found out, she was actually surprised at how much he is really good at archery and hunting. I mean, granted, he was actually not only because he was trained along with Artemis, but because he is the son of Hippolyta, Queen Hippolyta of the Amazons, and Theseus. Yes, that Theseus. And so then he actually does not choose. He actually does not choose to actually choose love. He didn't do this just so he could actually love anyone else in Artemis's range. And she was actually surprised on how good that is. But because he said that he doesn't even choose to actually, he doesn't actually choose to actually choose love over anyone else, Aphrodite overheard this, unsurprisingly, and she take this very personally. So what did she do? She put Hippolytus' stepmom under a love spell to actually be in love with Theseus, because and also and then he actually saw this and then he ran away. So then because of that, her stepmom killed herself. Theseus discovered about this, so then he actually killed his own son. And then Artemis actually heard about. I'm trying to figure out how the rest of this goes, because Artemis did actually save him. I'm trying to bring him back after he died.
Yeah, I think I'm familiar with this story. She tried to bring him back. And did Artemis and the god of war get into some sort of disagreement or scuffle or something like that?
There probably should be.
Yeah, I think there's a story that after he was brought back for a second time, Artemis, he and the god of war were. I'm trying to think myself.
Ares
got into another match, and I don't know if it was over archery or something like that, and I think Artemis was winning, and Ares did not like that, so he changed himself into a boar, and as a boar he killed Artemis a second time. So if I remember the story right from that show I've been watching on called Greek Myths, that streaming show talked about that. But the reason I'm studying so is because I'm trying to get the stories right. But I think that was another incident he was in. I think it was an archery match between him and Ares. Ares did not like the fact he was losing. So Ares cheated by turning himself into a boar, a powerful boar. And he rammed into him and he killed him.
I thought Apollo was the archery one of the gods, not Ares.
No, Apollo's the god of light.
Huh.
The sun god.
Yeah.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
I swore I thought he was like the god of archery as well or something.
No.
Yeah.
He does use a bow though, but he's not the god of archery.
Huh.
Now the god of archery, is there a god of archery? I thought that
Artemis is the goddess of the hunt.
Yes. Her twin brother is Ares, correct? Isn't Ares and Artemis related?
Ares is related to Athena. They're both children.
Okay,
I think it's Apollo and Artemis that are related.
Yeah, those two are related.
Oh wait, it does say Apollo's the god of archery.
Ah, I knew it. My memory is not
right then.
Thank you, Draco. Yes.
I thought he was just solely just the sun god.
Well, they do have two jobs.
I think he's archery. Yeah, some gods have more than one title. Just like Artemis.
It's like how Hera is the goddess of marriage and fertility, I believe.
No, Aphrodite is also a goddess of fertility. Wait, no, you're right. No, you're right. You're right. She is fertility. I was thinking Freya in Norse mythology. Damn it.
It's okay. Don't be hard on yourself. I don't think
That's because she is the offshoot of Hera.
No, that's Frigga. Or Frigg. Frigg, Odin's wife.
Yeah.
It's okay. It gets confusing sometimes. When you mix them up.
Who's next?
It mixed them up. But they I'm trying to remember. I know some gods or goddesses have more than one title or more job duty, you could say. They're the goddess of this. They're known mainly for that, but they do cover other areas. And I know Artemis has something to do. Child of Flower. That's right. Me too, Child of Flower. Boy, I'm glad that he didn't win anything. Finally came to their senses. Yeah, Apollo and Artemis are twins. So we said that, right? Draco, you said that, right?
Yeah, Apollo, Artemis. Yeah, they're related. I forgot that they were twins though. But yeah, they are related.
Oh, poor Child of Flower. Yeah, what could she have done, Child of Flower? Yes, she was the goddess of marriage and fidelity, very much so. But what she could have done about her husband's fidelity?
A loveless marriage at that. He fucking raped her ass and then married her.
And then he still had many mistresses. He had many mistresses.
Fucked, man.
Yeah, many mistresses.
Many is an understatement.
He is so.
How else can you describe it?
Yes.
Oh, you motherfucker.
A plethora?
I mean,
that's one way. That still describes many.
Perseus is his son. Hercules is his son. I mean, he is, but the mothers are human.
Athena is already Zeus's daughter alongside him.
And remember, slept with one that's a swan.
Yeah, he really took advantage of human women.
That's what I was trying to think of. Zeus's wife, or no, not Zeus's wife. Hades.
Yeah, Persephone was Hades' wife. Yes. She was the wife of Hades.
Yes.
No,
and yet she is also Zeus's daughter.
That's
why Persephone? Wait, I thought she was Demeter's daughter.
Yes, she is.
Oh, Zeus must have slept with Demeter then.
Yeah.
Well, he did sleep with his family. Yeah, keep it in the family. Sweet home Alabama.
I mean, that's actually not surprised considering the Greek pharaohs of Egypt also kept it in the family.
Yes.
Sweet home
Cleopatra is not black.
What did you say?
Cleopatra's not black.
She's not. You're right. You're right. She's not black. As we were always taught, and I was taught that she was black, but history has showed that she was not. There was no African blood in her.
Nope. No. She's Greek and a product of incest.
Yes. But there is no African blood in Cleopatra. I was even taught that. I was raised that she was black. Yep. I got mad, went off on Elizabeth Taylor, told them they're selling all these lies. But then history has showed to prove this woman was not African. I think she was Macedonian and some other races, but not African.
I honestly never bought into the whole notion of Cleopatra being black because I read history books like. I read history books like during elementary school, and never once in each of those books did they ever refer to Cleopatra as black. Why? Because she never was. Well, she
but the school just taught us is black. We saw it in fiction. It's like, oh well, she's from Egypt. That means she's automatically must be black. And it's like, no.
Not everyone else in Egypt is black. They would simply just be tan.
Right.
Yeah, right. but you know how it is. They're gonna think like, only black people are in Africa.
And these motherfuckers cannot seem to understand that there could be other people close enough who are, dare I say it, pale of skin.
I mean, she was ethnically Greek, but she was culturally Egyptian.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, Cleopatra actually dated Mark Antony. She didn't date Caesar.
Well, there are like historical records saying that she did have a son with Julius Caesar named Caesarion.
Oh, so I thought I just only know that she only had her lover was Mark Antony.
Yes, that was true, but that was after Julius Caesar's assassination.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right.
That bitch hold around a lot.
Yeah,
she did. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, but before that, yeah, she was Julius Caesar was in Egypt. Julius Caesar, when he was in Egypt, he was around with Cleopatra.
But, I mean, did she date? I think she was loyal to Caesar, but then Caesar died, so she had to move on.
I mean, Caesar was helping her keep the throne from her brother, Ptolemy. So yeah, they were pretty close.
Talking about music and turning into a fucking history channel.
Yeah, I know.
You said it's chill stream.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just joking.
I can see why maybe she and Julius Caesar may have been together, because there could have been, some perks to them, him helping her. You scratch your back, I scratch I'll scratch yours, and a love affair. I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure it had to, since he was protecting her. So I can see that perhaps she may have given him some favors along the way. I wouldn't be surprised that she used some of her feminine sexual wiles.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be unusual for her to use her feminine sexual wiles to lure in Julius Caesar. I wouldn't be surprised at that.
Oh, motherfucker!
That whole relationship was also used as like evidence by Brutus and the conspiracy. They're like, he's planning to overthrow the Roman Republic and turn it into a Greek monarchy, because and give our territory to Cleopatra. It's like, so like, yeah, it was also so either if it was true or not, I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, there's some historical records that talks about him having a kid with Cleopatra. And then after he was assassinated, Mark Antony came to power. He went to the east to go fight to go deal with the Parthians, and then happened to meet up with I forget how he met up with Cleopatra, but he was in the east at the time. So they must have met up, and then they became lovers.
Mm.
And then that relationship was used against him by Octavian, who did and so used to get rid of him, and then became Augustus and ruled the Roman Republic by himself as the first emperor. So, dang.
Well, is Augustus the one that took out Cleopatra? Because I don't buy this. She committed suicide. I think that she was. I believe now. I've heard a lot about this, that she was murdered, but Augustus made it look like suicide, so it would take the guilt off of him. That I didn't do anything.
I mean, could have been a suicide, or it could have been Mark Antony killing her and Cleopatra killing him in a mutual murder suicide. Yeah, I don't know. I'm no expert on that.
Well, I think at the time when one of those two started to come into power, she was losing some of her power. She didn't have the reign that she was when Augustus or Octavius, one of these two, started caving in on her. And it was they told her that they were going to take it away from her, and that she would be the prize, and he was going to drag her through the streets to humiliate her, or drag her through Rome or whatever to claim her that he had conquered Egypt, and she wasn't going to have that or something. So there's all sorts of stories about exactly how she died, but I used to believe suicide, but I'm not so sure. I wonder, was she assassinated? But made to look like suicide. So either one of them didn't have any blood on their hands, and they just said, well, she committed suicide as we coming in. But I believe that she could have been assassinated. She could have been in the way, and they said enough is enough, because they said she tried to seduce Octavius or Augustus, and they did not fall for her feminine. They didn't fall for it. Basically, that's what it was. They didn't fall for her seduction. And she was like,
to be fair to them, she wasn't actually as attractive as she appears in pop culture.
No surprise.
Yeah. That's what I see. That's what I have discovered. Yes, you're right, Eloise. They have said she wasn't as attractive as we have been told by Hollywood.
I mean, yeah,
that we imagined she was.
Yes.
I mean, she's inbred.
Yeah.
Her entire bloodline is freaking inbred. So yeah.
So she wasn't as I don't think she was. Like you said, we've been told through stories and through movies that she was this great beauty, but now they're saying, well, no, not really. Not really. So it's very interesting what history tells you when you find out the truth about something.
I don't blame them for wanting to make sure that in the historical record they looked as good as possible.
Yeah, there's always a little bit of exaggeration when it comes.
I mean, it could be, because of her association with Caesar, and they revered Caesar even after his passing. Like, even around the time of what's his name, Aurelius. Around the time of Commodus, they still revered Caesar. So it could be that in order to make Caesar look better, they probably, in the retellings, they probably depicted her as attractive.
William Silva, you have a good point, because it was said that she wanted to make sure her siblings did not take the throne. So it is said that she said, if they have to be murdered, then do it, because I want the throne for myself. So she did some devious things, but she was scared that
she died being selfish.
Yes, her other
or rather
siblings,
too ambitious.
Ain't got shit on this bitch.
Yeah, you're right, Ella.
Being ambitious.
Mm-hmm.
She was very ambitious, and I did read that.
On Jezebel.
Oh, we know this. We know how she was. Well, she was a wicked woman. Jezebel was definitely a wicked woman.
That's my shit I'm gonna get out of my fucking hell. Oh, y'all some spiteful motherfuckers. Y'all don't like how good I'm playing this game.
Oh, as we said.
It's like shit. That's the amount of help I'm gonna fucking get. I thought that shit fills me all the way up. Oh, the game's gonna get serious now all of a sudden. Is that what you're telling me? Is that what you're telling me?
Child of Flower, I just want to go back to a comment. Child of Flower, I am very happy too that Rian Johnson didn't win squat at the awards. Good. That's the best news I've heard. I'm glad people starting to realize his writing sucks. So that's glad to hear. So his pandering didn't work out this time. He pandered last time.
As for,
you sure about that? Woof. I think he panders.
Shit.
You don't think?
No, I don't think he gives a shit about winning. That's my take. The way how he looks like he's just doing it for the money mostly.
Yeah.
Okay, well I gotta agree with you on that one. Yeah.
Like he's probably getting paid in publicity and exposure.
and he's probably gonna parade around. He's the man who killed Star Wars forever. But to answer humble question,
that belongs to Disney, dude.
Yeah, but Rian Johnson was like,
they hired the man.
He was the biggest hatchet man on the job. Disney may have ordered it. Rian Johnson was on the field.
Well, before Rian Johnson, they brought in J.J. Abrams after they bought Star Wars from Lucas.
Still, Rian Johnson made The Last Jedi, so I point to him. But to answer humble Marty's question, no, Caesarion, I forget. No, the child's name is spelled different. But I think Caesarion comes from how Caesar himself was born. But don't quote me on that. I could be wrong. That's just I remember how hearing it, that he had to be cut out of his mother's womb, and that's how we got Caesarian C-section. While Caesarion is the child of Caesar and Cleopatra, but has a different spelling entirely.
Do you guys actually believe that Nero was a cross-dresser?
Possibly. It was freaking Rome.
Oh, they did some really freaky things in Rome. That's a possibility.
Motherfuckers are bored as shit.
However, Greek and Rome is not the paradise for gay people, as these activists and revisionist historians want to sell to people.
Yeah, it's not.
What, Rome? They think Rome was a paradise haven for the LGBT. I mean, that stuff.
That's what they think.
Rome and Greece. They think those places are were paradises for gay people centuries ago, but they weren't at all.
Yep.
They weren't. You're right. They weren't. They don't know their. That's a product of them not knowing their history or trying to change it. But you're definitely right about that. Yes, you're definitely right about that.
Yeah, they were gay over there, but they didn't have their cocks anymore.
I mean, wasn't it like it was like they allowed it, but only if you were on top, but if you're on bottom, it's like no, that's not acceptable.
Well, from what I heard, yeah, you're partially right.
Citizens were not allowed to participate in boogery.
Because I heard this practice. What I read that if, and this is probably among the elite, but if a man who was elite found particularly a young man very attractive, he was allowed to court that young man, and it would lead to some sort of sexualized relationship. So it was legal. I don't know how old it started, but it started with, I forgot how old it was when they were, I mean, like I said, they were doing a lot of freaky things on there, but I was reading something about.
Yeah, a big reason why Christianity caught on is because it put an end to all that abuse.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, you're right about that. I mean, a lot of the debauched heathens mad because they enjoyed that lifestyle. But I did read somewhere where they started the act of practice when the young boy, particularly young boys, when they were as young as 13 or 16. Don't know. I'm not
13.
sure about it.
13.
I think it was 13.
13. And they would court the boy, and they would hang around the boy, and then it would lead to some form of sexual relationship. So yeah, that was going on back then. Oh
yeah, and a lot of the citizens, the elite citizens and elites would abuse the freemen, because keep in mind, freemen were not Roman citizens, but they were free.
Yeah, they couldn't vote. Oh,
right.
William Silver. I know. Yeah. See, here's the thing, though, William. The thing is, Caesar had no plans of becoming like an emperor figure, at least according to depending on what you've read. There's no plans. He really wanted to be the absolute ruler of the republic. The kind of situations fell into that. It's more of Octavian who really wanted that authority, and Mark Antony. But Caesar himself, he was very conciliatory. Usually offered mercy. Seemed to just wanted to keep the republic stable. So, I mean, that may be a generous interpretation of it, but it was other people who were saying, oh, he wanted to be a dictator or he wanted to become a king. And while it looked like it, he really had a bunch of power already that there was no need to anger the populace by declaring himself a king when he was good as he was, politically speaking.
In other words, objectively speaking, Caesar was a merciful and just emperor during his rule before he got assassinated.
Yeah, I mean, he was effectively the supreme master of Rome in all but name. He had extended dictator power. Whereas he had extended consular powers. Why mess all that up when by all of the Roman constitutional procedures he was set?
So why did the Senate assassinate him? Did they fear he was going to become too powerful or become a king? Or go ahead.
Some did, but a lot of them had very petty reasons for wanting to join up with the conspiracy. Because out of all the senators, only a small number actually did the killing of Caesar. The rest didn't. It was like 12, 13, 14 stabs that actually took him down, to actually take him down. And most of them joined in because either they feared him. Yeah, they were. A lot of them were opportunists. They either feared he was
14 stabs to kill that motherfucker. Y'all fucking weak.
Yeah, he was an old man in the ancient world's term, in the Roman terms. But they really couldn't take him down because they were just scared. I mean, so they were either scared of him or they had like some sort of like Caesar didn't approve of this, or he didn't grant one person mercy or exile this person. So it was like a lot of petty personal political gains for getting rid of Caesar. It was a mix of different motivations.
In alternate history, this motherfucker spring back up, and that shit didn't work in a long run. Fucking walk out the damn door, fucking bloody up your shit, got cuts all over him. Fucking have a fucking what counts as wine in that motherfucking joint. Roll up a blunt. Fucking smoke come out of it, out of every orifice on his body. Go out on a fucking island and just chill there and just watch Rome burn like fuck, and have fuck all you disloyal ass motherfuckers. You disloyal ass motherfuckers. I put heat on all y'all. Shoot program, motherfucker. Shoot program.
Wolf. Actually,
Augustus ain't got shit on me.
You're like Wolf. You're actually right at the money because some of the assassins were actually people Caesar had pardoned.
You could tell his assassins were kind of were weak little things. Like he's right. It took 14 stabs. I would have said, guys,
like,
the heart. Go for the heart.
He's still standing. He's still standing. Why don't you give him a try? He's still standing. He's still standing. Caesar tell him, why don't you fucking put the damn dagger deep? You keep poking my ass.
Yes.
Like, y'all ain't never been in a fight. Shit, give me that damn my damn cell.
In that alternate history, I think Caesar would have been a killer immortal.
Damn right he would. Motherfucker spring right on up. Fuck all you disloyal ass Negroes.
Oh wait, okay.
I'm gonna go as far where it's safe.
Okay, according to one report, it was like he had 23 stab wounds, but only 6 but it's reported to say those happened after he was dead, and only 6 senators actually took part in the assassination.
And these motherfuckers still couldn't take his ass down. They had 23 stabs. He's still standing. He's still standing. The motherfucker's on his feet. Bros, what the fuck we gonna do with this shit? This fool ain't going down.
No, the 23 were after his death. Like, only 6 actually participated.
The motherfucker's still on his feet, and they think he's alive.
Yeah.
That means that motherfucker was still on his feet when he was dead, and they thought he was still alive. The motherfucker still ain't dying. That's like 13 stabs already. How many more? Give him 13 more. That's what he says. He's still standing when his eyes are closed. Does that mean he's dead?
Yeah, so
I don't know. Let's just burn him to find out to make sure.
So 6 people, 23 stab wounds, and only 1 attack was fatal.
What?
Like, dang.
Only one was fatal.
Actually did the damage.
One finally hit an artery.
Yeah. Freaking
one finally hit an artery, and this motherfucker finally died.
Yeah, damn it.
You know what? That should have been a sign for the gods to tell the Romans, you done fucked up by killing Caesar. This motherfucker took 23 stabs. Motherfucker still on his feet. One finally killed an artery, and he fucking fell down. You should have kept this motherfucker alive. That should have told y'all something. 23 fucking stabs. The motherfucker should have stayed your fucking ruler.
Yeah.
He survived 23 stabs. He should have been your ruler. Yeah. That told y'all so, you dumb motherfuckers.
Yeah. You look deeper into the assassination, you realize, man, this was pretty pathetic. And remember, technically what they did was illegal. Not the murder, not killing him part. That wasn't the bad part. But the fact that he was dictator means by law he was sacrosanct, which means actually harming him was an offense against the gods. So what happened to Bruce Cassius Slayer, you could say, is divine retribution.
Wow, the one time Hamlet was actually smart with this because he didn't want his uncle to go to heaven, but wants to burn in hell after killing his dad.
Yeah, you're right. Well, first of all, it shows they weren't very good, because did they not sit down and say, "Hey guys, how about this? Let's kill him when he's asleep." And that way,
no, they should have said,
dead.
this motherfucker's still standing. Why don't we just chop his fucking head off and make it clean?
No,
motherfucker stabbed the motherfucker 6 damn times. Motherfucker still standing. You should have chopped his head off.
No.
For good fucking
What a shot to the head work, though.
And remember, 60 people were involved in the conspiracy. Like 60 senators agreed to this, but only a few of them actually had the guts to do it. And most of
none of these motherfuckers think to slice his fucking throat.
No. I mean, one did. I think Brutus did hit him in the groin once. But no, they didn't go for the throat.
Ass motherfucker on him.
Yeah. Well, before he died, it says he turned to Brutus and uttered the famous words, "Et tu, Brutus," and it means
you disloyal ass Negro.
Yeah, but Brutus did get his. Must be something to that about the gods getting revenge, because those that killed him after that, they died of strange circumstances.
Yeah, or they died in the ultimate civil war with Octavian and Augustus.
Yes,
like,
yeah,
no,
yeah, they did.
Story,
they
right?
didn't survive.
Got backed up, killed all these motherfuckers, and motherfucker got right on up, killed each and every one of them motherfuckers. Gave him a heart attack, gave him a fucking spleen infection, a yeast infection, a fucking anal infection. Gave him all kind of infections. Motherfuckers couldn't even see straight, couldn't even think straight. Fucking just, you see how badly their fucking campaign went.
It went bad. I mean, Caesar, old man, was fighting back, and like they still couldn't. Like they got him in the face, they got him in the back, they got him in the thigh, but none of those were bruised in the groin. But none of them was fatal. I forget which one was the fatal one, but most of the stab wounds not fatal. They were losing. They couldn't kill an old man who was fighting. I know he was fighting back, but he was old in Roman times, and they still. It took them that long. 6 stab wounds and then 1 fatal, and then a bunch of other people stabbed him later.
We gonna do this motherfucker fighting back.
So the stab wounds after he was dead means somebody came up and said, "I want to get mine in." Stab. Okay, I'll go on the list of many people that killed him, even though the body was already dead. Yeah. I never realized how silly Keystone Cops these guys were. These guys were not very good assassins. They were. You're right. They were terrible. They were absolutely awful at that.
And it's a good thing they distracted Mark Antony because he wasn't in the room. If he was in the room during it, he was still young enough and was a veteran. He could have ended the assassination if he was in the room.
Oh, they knew that. That's why they kept him distracted, because they knew he would whip their tail if he came in there.
It's like the assassination of Caesar. It's so like a big, like we got a Shakespearean play about it. It's like an epic, a big part of history. But when you look deep in it, it's actually pretty pathetic because these guys wanted to take down a guy for petty personal reasons and thought they were going to save the Republic. Only to basically they destroyed it themselves by their own idiocy. And like, so over 60 of them, there were 60 of them, and only like 6 of them actually tried to do something in the fight. Pathetic, all of them.
But it's crazy. It is so sad.
Rate their asses.
Yeah.
They were awful. They were pathetic cowards, but they tried to pass themselves off as heroes or to be idolized, but really, they probably said among themselves, "Okay, guys, let's not tell what really happened here. Let's go out there and make it look like we really did something great, and history will remember us as the ones. But even though we're pathetic, but we can't let the people know that, so we must go out and lie."
Yeah. Well, the joke's on them because Caesar is still revered here, like after his death.
Thanks to Mark Antony.
Yes.
You can try to be tough all you want, but Mark Antony still ratted out your ass.
Yeah.
Remember, they let him give a speech. If he didn't give that, they said, "Okay, you're going to go after Brutus, and you're not going to insult them." And like, he didn't insult them. He just made sure to like paint them as badly enough, and then boom, got the mob on them. Mm-hmm. They had to flee Rome because of
That shows you.
That shows you that you should have listened to your own religion because it's dictators are sacrosanct, and you elected him dictator, so that means he had that religious protection, and you violated it while he was in office. So yeah, you got what you deserved.
Yes, you're right. You got exactly what deserved, and you're right, Draco. The rulers were seen almost equal to the gods. That's how they were perceived to be. So yeah, any kind of thought of taking out a ruler was basically sacrilege. Yes, it was. If you take out that ruler, you take out the gods. So yeah, that whole saga show. Wolf is right. They should have realized, wow, this man really is our great ruler. He survives all these stab wounds, and it took us all these wounds
back to health and put his ass back on that damn chair and say, "This is your ruler. He survived 26 stabs."
I was gonna say, talk about the drama of Cleopatra and Mark Antony and Caesar is very much a Game of Thrones like type of story. It is, except they didn't kill their ruler in a very good way. Those were some really sorry guys. They were really cowardly. Or maybe they stabbed him in a way to send a message.
Man,
William, what message do you need?
Narrator of any history. I tell it like it is. Motherfuckers try to stab Caesar. This motherfucker got back on up, walked off exit stage right, and went onto an island and watched Rome burn like a G.
I mean, if it makes you feel better, his grandson took over the Republic, so
and had his bar play this song.
Wait, what?
I hear a little bit of it. They don't know what. Oh my god!
God damn it, Wolf!
No, Caesar would have more class than that.
No class for them. No class for the conspirators. They show no class. They get no class in return. It's better than Game of Thrones. The bad people actually got punished in history.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yes. No, he's right about
Bless
that.
that shit while that shit was burned to the damn ground.
Like Leia, like one of the conspirators only joined because like he was gonna be made like a praetor and like given the province, but he wasn't. He was just given some money. And this guy was also and he was like, "Oh, I'm pissed. I didn't get what I wanted, so I'm gonna join up with assassination." Like there were some senators like that, and there were others like, "Okay, I'm gonna pardon you, but you did take up arms against me, so I'm just gonna exile, no execution." Like, you know what? Fuck you, Caesar. I'm gonna assassinate you too. It's like you got petty people like that, and it's like, man, people are pathetic.
Yes, somebody should do a movie about how pathetic Caesar's assassins were. I mean, nobody has really told the story like that. They really haven't. No. They kind of paint it.
They need to open it up with, nigga, what the fuck? Nigga, I made you rich. Paid your rent. Biting the hand that feeds you. This don't make no sense. Homie, what the fuck?
They paint them as sort of these heroic men who took down a tyrant, and they never went to say why. He wasn't. You're right.
You know, they say history is written by the victors, right? They need to flip it around and say it's history written by the fucking pussies.
Yeah. Also, apparently, there was another senator who owed a debt, and Caesar was like nice and like, "Oh, okay, I'll pay this for you." But then he got into like a similar debt.
How we get into Rome all of a sudden?
You're
just talking about history.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but what the fuck that got to do with Rome?
We're just talking about the Greeks and the Romans
in Egypt, and Cleopatra's connected to Rome.
You mean the very same Romans that stole the Greek gods and renamed them?
Yes.
Yes.
Those the very
Heracles, Hercules.
They're intertwined.
Yes, Jupiter to them, but Zeus to the Greeks. But Draco, now when
Cleopatra name themselves after every month: July, Julius, Augustus.
Julius Caesar.
Their names are named after the planets in our solar system.
Yeah.
Yes.
And plus, Julius Caesar.
No. I'm talking about the calendar.
Yeah. I mean, one of Julius Caesar's job was to actually make the Roman calendar, like to keep it on track, to know when it's harvested. That was one of his jobs.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Menelaus.
Maybe, I don't know, but yeah, they
What
have.
the fuck is January?
That may be Jupiter. I don't know.
It's named after the god Janus, the god of two faces. He was a two-faced god.
Yeah.
He looked back.
Is that why January curses us and blesses us in the beginning of the damn year?
Well, the idea of the god Janus was that he had two faces, one that looked forward and one that looked in the past. This is why they picked him at the beginning of the year, because at the beginning of the year, people will look back at everything that happened, and then they will look forward to the future. And that is why we got January. He's named after the god Janus, with he had two faces, one head and two faces, and that's who they named him after. and that's the way it was designed that way. But I think October is after Octavius, and we know August is after August. The month of August is Augustus. So yeah. December.
I said two mythologies that are the funniest mythologies I've ever even have a taste of was freaking Norse and freaking Shinto.
Well, Norse mythology gave us the days of the week. Am I correct?
Yes.
Thursday was that?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, yeah. Thursday was Thor, and
yes,
Thursday.
Yes, exactly. You're right, Wolf. That's exactly how they would say it. Thursday. Yes.
And I think Tyr gave us a Tuesday. I think.
Yes, Tuesday, and Wednesday is in reference to Woden, Odin's other name.
That's weird.
And Friday was Frigg
Yes.
Day. Friday, Frigg.
Yeah,
named after her. So our days of the week came after the Norse gods. So
Frigg's
we can thank.
Day.
Yes. Yes. So we could thank the Norse gods for giving us.
I don't know why they bitching about cultural
appropriation. Well, Humble Marty, Humble Marty, the Egyptian gods and goddesses, they've been around. They've been around for a good long while before like the Greek gods like even came to be. So, however, it's all only take into account that each of the gods and goddesses from across the world, like they've been around since time immemorial.
Yes. Yeah, Dominic is correct about that. They have been around. It's very interesting. I don't know too many Egyptian. I know a few. I know Horus. I know who is the god that takes you into the underworld?
Anubis.
Yeah.
He's the jackal.
Thank you. That's right. Anubis, Isis. I hope I can say that without you getting it. But there is a goddess named Isis. Not unfortunately.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And there's also a superheroine from the DC universe whose name is also Isis.
Yep.
Yes. Exactly. But I'm not that knowledgeable of Greek. I know more Greek gods than I do Egyptian. I have to be just the ones I just named. Horus. Who is the one with the all-seeing eye?
Ra, I think.
Ra, yeah.
Was it Ra?
I don't know. I'm not an Egyptian expert.
No, Ra is the Egyptian god of the sun.
So what's Osiris?
It must have been Osiris.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you talk about Osiris.
Oh yeah,
or is it Horus? I know he had an eye as well. Did he?
Yeah. Well,
Osiris is the sun god.
Mm-hmm.
Horus is the god of sight.
Mm-hmm.
Set is
he?
Well, he's the god of chaos.
Yeah, I thought he was their god of war. And of course, Anubis is the god of death.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who's the goddess of destruction?
Can't remember. Right? I can't remember.
Sekhmet. Sekhmet. She is actually. Well, for her, she's a warrior goddess as well as the goddess of medicine.
Ah, okay. But ain't she the one that gets off on death?
Well,
I don't know.
No, that wouldn't be her. Let me double check on that. No, No, she is the daughter of Ra, and her consort is Ta. Ta Ptah, and her offspring is Nefertem.
Yeah, those are the only ones. It's very interesting. I don't really know Egyptian gods as well as I know the Greek gods. The Egyptian gods, I know a few. I just know a few. Those are the only ones that I name. But Greek gods don't come to me as easily as the Egyptians gods. Excuse me, do not come easily to me. Greek gods, I know very well, and even some Norse mythology gods. But Egyptian gods, I don't know very well. That's very interesting. Interesting with that. I don't know them very well. Yeah, well, maybe a little side part. I better do some reading. I better do some reading. Speaking of Egypt, does anybody in the chat know if Brendan Fraser won an Oscar last night? I did not watch the show.
I didn't watch the Oscar.
I didn't watch it either.
But I didn't watch him at all. But if he won, that's the only one I would have been happy for because I do like Brendan Fraser. So I hope he gets an award.
Just
but I didn't watch Squat.
Stage.
Don't make him stand up on stage. Why?
It'll hurt his knees.
Oh. Well, you are so.
Don't worry, he'll roll up there anyways.
Yeah. Well,
I kid.
I know, I'm joking. Well, he's a cool dude, and I always thought he was a good actor, and he's been through a lot.
If he heard this, Mr. Fraser would probably just take it as you know.
Well, he has a good sense of humor, so yeah, he has a good sense of humor. So
why are we laughing?
Not to mention he's one of the good ones in Hollywood.
Yes, that's why I hope he gets. I hope he wins an award because he is one of the good ones. And he kind of he ducked and avoided all that woke political stuff. He got away from that, or he didn't get involved in that, or he steered from it. Even himself, he said that he I can't remember the exact quotes. I can't say it, but he said something about he was tired of playing the game in Hollywood. He didn't want to play the game anymore. He didn't want to be a part of all that. So that was good to hear. But if anybody in the chat knows, let me know. I did not watch it. I didn't bother to. I could care less. I have no idea who did what, but if he wins, that's the only one I'm interested in. That's the only one I'm interested in. That's about it, because the Oscars are true trash now. They are absolutely just not what they used to be. And I even said that even the red carpet now. You ever notice now it's ridiculously stupid. It's like they've hired TikTok subscribers to go on the red carpet now, because I looked at some videos of the red carpet 10, 20, 30 years ago. I wanted to see, has it always been like this? And 10, 20, 30 years ago, even back in the day in the 70s, first of all, the red carpet show wasn't a big deal. If they had it, they had professional journalists on the red carpet. It was professional people, and not that many. It didn't have that many people. But now it just seems like the red carpet is more. Oh yeah, it just they had more people and they asked more professional questions. Now it seems like they've hired these TikTok journalists. That's the best way I can describe them, and they don't know how to talk to these people. They ask the most stupid, embarrassing, dumb questions. They have no idea how to speak to these people. It's embarrassing.
Can you ask me about my penis?
One woman, I forgot what actor it was, wanted to show pictures of I remember I saw you in this movie and you were nude and there was your body. So here's the pictures right here. Let me show you. But she just pulled them out and showed you were naked. And I don't you know that how that makes that guy feel? That's not professional. That's just not, it's not professional, but he handled himself well. I can't think who it was. If I find that video, I'm going to show it to you guys to know what I mean. And that's not an interview, and it's just gotten to be so bad.
It's almost like
I don't know if it was Henry
Cavill. Trying to be your embarrassing friends.
Yeah, I don't know if that was Henry Cavill she was talking to, or someone else, but it just wasn't a very intelligent.
Might have been Luke Evans, maybe.
Yeah, and she pulled out. Let me show you the pictures. Oh, and look at here with your chest off, and look at here, you're half nude. And I saw these pictures, like you're embarrassing that guy. That's not really
professional. I off to that scene. I'll just say that shit.
Listen, the Oscars are not going to be as interesting as what Will Smith did. When Will Smith did.
Oh, I will always remember that.
Yeah,
that will go down in history.
Much like the Oscars, like the Grammys and
other
awards as well as other wars that centers on.
Everybody caught that when Chris Rock had roasted him on that Netflix.
I watched that yesterday.
I didn't watch it yet.
I hadn't seen it when it aired, but I watched it the other day.
People saying it's bad taste. Fuck you. I don't care how late that shit is. I don't care if he just decided to say some shit. It is never going to top how the fact of the matter is Will Smith went up on that stage, slapped the shit out of him, and walked the fuck off, and then decided to say something.
Okay, are you talking about Chris Rock, right? Are you talking about that he waited a year to say something?
Yeah.
You think he's too late? You think he should have said all this earlier?
No. Everybody bitching about that shit. I'm like, fuck you. Okay? fuck every one of you. Like I said, it will never be better. It'll never be as distasteful as Will Smith going up and slapping the shit out of him and walk the fuck off and then say something to his ass. Like a little bitch. At least Chris Rock has the dignity to speak his fucking mind on that fucking stage and still not get no shit kicked in.
Didn't Will only do it because Jada said to tell him to do it?
That's speculation. Nobody really keep the camera on both of them that long.
Right. Only
thing to go by is Jada had ugly face on after Will Smith.
Yeah.
After Chris Rock did the whole G.I. Jane fucking bit.
And she's cheating on him anyway, isn't he? Isn't she?
Like, bitch, you got stank face and your life stinks too. So your tainted pussy need to get somewhere and go douche or something.
It was not that bad of a joke, and I think he was laughing at first, and then
he was complimenting the fucking hair. That's all that was.
Yeah.
That was a fucking compliment.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad of a joke, and according to
they know here's the thing. Here's the fucking thing. To really emphasize how stupid they have to be and how stupid Will Smith has to be at this point. They're celebrities, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They're also comedians. Hell, I will even say Jada Pinkett is a comedian herself when she wants to be. When she's trying to be too. Fucking cracks me up when she tries to be fucking funny.
Yes, I would agree. I would agree.
But like y'all supposed to be ragging on each other at this point, and you trying to tell you motherfuckers are trying to tell me y'all can't take a fucking joke from each other at this point. And like that's a comedian's pride and joy is ragging on the audience. And like I said, they should know each other by now. They should know each other that well by now. So I'm sitting here thinking like what the fuck could Chris Rock could be fucking saying to really set Jada that off that much after the whole Penny Oscar bullshit, whatever he said last year. Yeah, they try to use that shit as a fucking scapegoat too. Like yeah, fuck you on that shit.
Well,
so yeah, fuck anybody who wants to get on his ass about saying that, talking shit the next day. Like if you the same motherfucker that said, oh well, he was telling jokes about them since 3 years ago. Like fuck you. If you gonna get on Chris Rock about that shit. If you were the same person talking about that same shit, fuck you. Okay.
Well, the story behind this is this has been festering in Will for a long time because of Jada's infidelities. He's sort of become the joke of the community because everybody knows that she has been repeatedly cheating on him. I don't like the way she humiliated him on her little show where she told him I had an affair and I liked it, and he did not. and he. That's where it started. I did not like what she did to him. Then she went on to tell him that she would rather be with Tupac than him. and she missed Tupac, and that's who she wanted to be with.
She put him on that stage. She put him on blast like that. Just really, that's some dirty ass shit she did.
Yes.
Like you want to know how dirty that shit is? That's basically her sitting him down face to face on fucking camera, telling her how much she fucking loathed his ass.
Basically, that's it. Yeah.
Like it's basically just telling him, like, ever since I've been with you, I've been fucking miserable, and I'm only here because of the fucking kids.
Oh man, that hits close to home.
That's pretty much what it is. This is straight up BoJack Horseman in real life happening.
At the end of the day, Will
and Butterscotch Horseman.
Look, long story short, Will and the kids deserve better.
Them kids don't exist anymore. Them kids are lost causes. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think those kids are totally messed up, and I blame their marriage. Will
go say that young, except for that normal one. Say that normal one. Get that normal. Like he. I think he's the only legit one. I don't think them kids are his anyways.
No, that oldest one has another mother.
Exactly. Keep that one. He keep that boy normal. Will get out of that shit.
I hope the older one inherits, because I think he will.
Like he needs to say that older. It needs to be the Pursuit of Happiness in that motherfucker. You seen Pursuit of Happiness? You seen the wife from Pursuit of Happiness? That wife a bitch. Fuck that bitch. I hate that part.
I barely remember the Pursuit of Happiness.
She fucking left his ass because he ain't got no job, and she couldn't handle it no more.
Yeah,
fuck that bitch.
She did leave him. Yeah, that is.
This is the same reason why I appreciate John fucking Q, man. Because I was a ride or die bitch with John Q. All right, they lost the damn car, bitch still stayed. Damn near about to lose their house, bitch still stayed. Fucking dude went out of his way to fucking hold a damn a damn nursing clinic hostage so his son can get a heart transplant. Bitch still stayed. Dude went to jail. Going to jail. The bitch is still gonna stay. That's a ride or die bitch.
The bottom line is Jada has been poisoned to Will Smith for a very long time.
She's a horrible woman.
She is. I have no respect for her. Here is a man who was willing to give her everything. It's the type of man we all dream of. Willing to marry her, give her a good life. Be faithful to her, stand up for her, and she doesn't want him. She wants her thug.
I don't think that's the patience she got. I think that bitch got cancer.
Oh,
I feel bad for having it if she do have cancer.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think she have cancer.
You think she has cancer and just keeping it quiet?
All that shit is makeup.
Interesting theory. But I think he
my ass, bitch. You got cancer. Stop lying. That's why he's sticking around, because he take care of your sick ass.
You think maybe that's why he stayed? Because I keep saying, why is he still in this?
That's marriage? My speculation. Take that with a grain of salt, mind you.
But because he doesn't need her. He doesn't need her. Will can survive on his own. He doesn't need her.
Can he, or will the media try to kill Will Smith in the court of public opinion? If he does,
Jay ain't gonna do that shit for him. That boy already crazy enough that he gonna end up killing his dad.
No, I mean in the court of public opinion. I mean, think about it. If he tries to divorce Jada, will the Hollywood media come all out against him?
Part probably would. Part probably would.
Because after what the whole Amber Heard and Johnny Depp thing, I'm like, that was clear evidence what Amber Heard did, but the media still defended her.
Yes, I agree with you on that one. Yes, I do. They believed her victimhood story. You're right about that. You are right about. And I do believe there is going to be a portion of the media that will blame Will. I do agree with you and not understand that really he is the victim of the relationship. But they're not going to see that. they're only going to see, how dare he leave Jada Pinkett like this? How dare he up and leave her like this? What could he possibly done? That's what they're going to be looking at. Although I do think he needs to leave her. Like I said, he deserves better. He was a man that this is the type of man we want, that all women want in there, that for a man. Loving.
Nah, we want Carlton.
Wait, what's wrong with Carlton? He's a good man.
That's what they wanted, a Carlton.
Mm-hmm. But
so life advice for you youngins: be more of a Denzel and a Carlton, not a Will.
Oh, okay. You know what? I can't argue that, and I do like Carlton.
They need to change his name to Broke, because his will has been broken.
Oh yes, and I did like Carlton.
Who in their right mind named their child Will? He ain't got no willpower.
Oh,
that pun was in poor taste.
I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. The man have will in his fucking name. Where is your fucking willpower, man?
The thing is,
they could do a to hell with them 2.0. You know, I'm gonna give me another honey. I'm gonna marry her. I'm gonna have 6 more kids, and I'm gonna love them way better than that bitch ever did. To hell with her. How come she don't want me, man?
Oh God, I knew you were going there. I knew you were going there. The thing is,
he better have that speech on lock when he fucking finally divorced her ass.
Yeah.
Man, that'd be the swan song right there. If he ain't got that swan song, then, well, you know what? I'm happy that they let the bitch anyways.
Mm-mm. Well, I think she's been poisoned to his career, and what happened to the Oscars, because that will go down in history. I don't know if he will ever overcome
is she
that.
poisoned to his career? Because he had some success.
He did have success, but it seems to me as this marriage went on, the cracks started to show. And then, like behind, he did have success. He did have success. Well, if you're right about that. But then when we start to hear all these behind the scenes rumors of her infidelity, and then she went on and started that, when she started that Red Table show, the cracks were starting to show, because she went on that show, not praising it, but actually humiliating him. And he did nothing. And his friends were laughing behind his back, calling him a weak man, calling him whipped. You keep your woman in check. Everybody knew this. And he did
chill
nothing.
That bitch.
And I don't mean physical violence, but just if you see, you're hearing these rumors about your wife, and you see your wife, and then your wife has an affair in your house with your son's best friend, and then tells you about it, that is there's no marriage. There's nothing there. There's nothing left. That would have been the last straw for me.
Like,
I would have
I understand if you got a fucking joint account with her ass, but damn it, you can fucking separate that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Man, everything that we'll
how do we get on these motherfuckers again?
I don't know.
I don't know. Well, you said this was Chill Saturday, so we just went all over the place.
You know I'm just gonna keep asking this damn question, right?
I don't know how either. I was gonna bring up techno music of the 90s, but that's
we
when
might as well get back to music. All right.
Yeah. I was gonna bring up techno music, dance music of the 90s. Which because when I do, like I said, when I do my workout, I still put my techno music or dance music. I love the dance music of the 90s. You know, I can't think of the groups. I know Technotronic. This was one of my favorites.
Wait, is CNC Music Factory one of them?
Yes.
CNC Music Factory counts as a dance band.
Yes.
All right, cool.
I love dance music of the 90s.
Well, to be fair, the dance music of the 90s were continuing where the dance music from the 80s left off.
Yeah, you're right. Because you're right. Because I really enjoyed it. Because I'm trying to name of all. I'm going through my CDs here because I use these when I'm working out. So you got CNC. You got CNC Music Factory. You got Technotronic with what? You got Technotronic with Get Up. You've got who other was? There's a lot of other people. Yeah, there were a lot of dance music
Computer
records.
love. Computer love.
Oh, let's see. I'm trying to think of some Technotronic songs.
I wanna love you. Come on, Zapp and Roger, damn it.
I know, but what we were talking about dance music in the 90s. I know, but I like Zapp and Roger. I like them. Yeah, I was getting because I think Dominic, you brought up the subject of 90s music, right?
Well, no. I actually brought the topic of songs based on characters from literature or comic books.
Oh, you're so right. That's when I hit Wi-Fi issues. So I was still trying to think of some songs. I couldn't think of any. I know I said "Total Eclipse of the Heart" by Bonnie Tyler, and then I started thinking. I said, let me think. I got Oh, you know what? I have to get back with you on that.
Have you forgotten Flash by Queen?
Oh yeah. Okay. Yes, that counts. Okay.
Hold on. Objection. Since that was specifically made for a movie soundtrack, does that even count?
Yeah. That's a good question.
Flash score. It counts.
Flash.
I thought we weren't allowed to use movie soundtrack. It had to be a song that was based on a literary figure and
was not specifically made for a movie. On the rules here, but so we can be a bit disobedient.
Okay.
Okay, so because I thought it was we had to pick a song.
Hey, don't start.
Well, you always say I'm the trickster type.
Because I'm trying to think of a
and
group.
Of course, you need someone to keep you in check. Or you have two somebodies.
I don't know. One of them was not really doing their diligence.
Because I'm trying.
My fingers are saying names.
Because I was.
Motherfucker!
I can't think of a group where they were inspired by a comic book or fictional character that inspired them to do the song, unless they were writing for a movie. That's the only way I could think of it, Dom, is they've been asked to do the soundtrack and they wrote for the film. And I'm trying, and that's the only thing I could think of, is that they were asked, we want you on this soundtrack to write for this movie. And the song came out any. And my mind was sitting here going, I can't think nothing but sound. I'm kind of like Draco here. I can only think of a soundtrack, because if they're asked to score a movie, they have to be inspired. I think of Prince. This Prince, what he did for Batman, does that count? Did anybody mention Prince?
Trust.
Yeah.
Look, a little revision.
Burton film.
Yes, the Bad Dance and Party Man counts. Sounds like they were referring to Batman and the Joker respectively.
Yeah.
So Bad Dance and Party Man, they still count. They still count as they're referencing two of the most recognizable characters of the DC universe.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the first. Okay, so that's what I think of. That's what I think. That's the only thing I can think of right now that comes to mind, because it was written specifically.
Well, it may be part of a soundtrack. However, it is in reference to Batman.
Yeah.
Well,
yes.
Well, in this case, Bat Dance. But for Party Man, it's still referencing Batman, but it focuses on the Joker.
Yes. Even the music video where Prince is actually dressed in the Joker uniform, though half of his face is in the Joker makeup.
Yeah, you're right. Was it one half of him in Joker makeup and the other half was in Batman makeup? Am I wrong?
Well, no, it's just like one half of his face was in the Joker makeup. The other half is unpainted in that video.
Right. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. I like Bad Dance.
Wait, brief time out, Leia. I can answer that question for you about Brendan Fraser. He won the Oscar for Best Actor.
Well, good for him. Yes, yes, good
on
for
his
him.
His first Academy Award, on his first nomination for his portrayal of Charlie in The Whale.
Well, good
he
for
earned
him.
it.
Yes.
Oh, I cannot wait for them to bitch about that shit.
Well, I remember when The Whale was announced. I was like, some journalists were accusing him of being fat phobic because he was wearing a fat suit.
Yeah.
Ah, ha, ha, ha. Fuck off.
Oh my god.
Only positive when it's only female focused, but when it's male focused, oh, that's a problem. He's a dude.
Yeah, that's when it becomes problematic. So
what's their definition of body positivity?
Look, it was built on a weak foundation, and people are realizing how dumb it is. Because what they don't realize is they're promoting an unhealthy lifestyle.
The body positive, and Dominic is not wrong, but as plus size woman here, this is final. Their version of body positivity, like Dominic said, is incorrect and is causing more damage. The body positivity I work with, I know this in my years when I plus size modeled, was taking care of yourself and being the best person you can be. In other words, it wasn't I'm fat, I'm a victim, I'm lazy, so I'm not going to take care of myself. No, that's not what I was trained on. We were trained on being confident in who you are, but taking care of who you are, because we always had a trainer and we had a dietitian. We never starved ourselves, but we never overate either. We were taught the healthy way of taking care of our bodies when we modeled, and we were taught how to keep healthy physically. This group is really causing more damage than good, because like they're saying, your body may not be a supermodel, so why should you try to take care of yourself? Just be as you are. And no, I don't agree with that. So they're doing more damage than they're doing good. That's the best way I can use it as an example, because when I
put still with us, or she fell asleep.
No, I'm playing League.
Wait, what?
So final. I think that these people who are promoting this really don't really care about promoting plus size people. They just have such a hatred for society that anything that's outside of that, they'll try to promote it. But I personally feel they're doing more damage than good myself. This is my own personal experience, because like I said, I used to plus size model, and never ever were we taught not taking care of yourself was a good thing. We had a trainer, we had a dietitian. We didn't starve ourselves, but there was no indulging in bad food. We were taught how to eat in a healthy way and what you can do to keep yourself better. That's not what they're teaching now. They are teaching you're obese, stay that way. And no, I don't agree with that. Now, I don't agree with bigotry or prejudice against obese people. I don't like that. I don't think anybody should be made fun of or told they can't come in this store, not told come in there. No, that is just inhuman. All humans should be treated better.
We don't sell the fatties.
Right. No, I don't like that. Is discrimination. I don't like that, and I don't approve of that. That is not fair. I am totally 100% and against that. But I'm not for not taking care of yourself, because even I would tell them, you know what, this is not good. You got to try to get more exercise in, and you got to try to eat much better.
Typing.
That's me.
I hope I answered your question, Final. I didn't confuse
That was
you.
me. I was playing Pike on ARAM, and I just couldn't do it.
I hope I didn't confuse you, Final.
Well, you didn't, because it's really not really that surprising, because their definition of body positivity, they don't really believe in that. They don't really believe in anything, but yet they just only seek validation.
Correct. I do agree with that. Yes, I do agree with that. That's why I said, I got my butt up and said I need to hit the gym. So I said,
Sharon Clump.
Not to mention these cats are operating under post. As I was saying, these cats are operating under the postmodern mindset. Which in turn which is also has long it has it has Kim has Kim it has long overstayed its welcome in our culture. But now, much like much like everything relating to the SJ hobos and woke media and in our culture, well, they're both social and nerd alike. Like they're dying. It's dying out, much like postmodernism is.
Anyone, especially that Black April O'Neil, anyone who is plus size should be so insulted by that. I was insulted when I saw that because I was like, oh, so that's how you see us. You think that's what we look like. You think that's what us plus size women look like.
No, that's what they think you're supposed to look like forever.
Yeah. Yeah, and that I don't agree with at all. Neo Star, I do agree with what you're saying. They're trying to blur the lines between plus size and obese. One is self-discipline, the other self-destruction. That's a great definition, Neo Star. Absolutely. And that's why I don't like that Black April O'Neil. Anybody who, and a lot of women, and I've talked to a lot of my friends who are plus size, they don't like it either. They don't like that either one bit. And it isn't. And I saw that. I'm like, no, that is not. That's not body positivity.
That bitch ain't gonna be hopping on any rooftops anytime soon. Fuck off with that shit. Stop trying to sell me a fucking lie.
She looks awful.
Bitch ain't no fucking Nick Frost.
She looks like a frog.
I thought she was a drug addict. She the way. Go ahead, Drake.
Well, not even like the good frog girl from My Hero Academia.
Yeah. Now, hear me out. I don't mind if you want to add a full-figured woman as a character. I'm not against it, but I think in this day, she should be original. Don't take a character that is established and make her full-figured. No, I think you should write an original character. You can do it. It can be done, but they don't want to do that. They want to destroy what they perceive to be. They seem to see, I don't know, it's defeat the male gaze or idealistic beauty. I don't know, but that's something they should. It's doing more damage. But I don't think they care. I don't.
All
think
that shit that they're doing, they just want to get rid of normal people.
Yes.
Well,
normal people have standards.
Well, they want. Oh, they want. Well, they want to remove like
no
standards.
Definition of normal, like no definition of normal. Where do you think that word come from?
Well, see, I don't like the
standards.
fact that...
Well,
exactly.
we have standards for a reason, and it's also like one of the tenets that modernism was founded on. Besides taking cues from the Enlightenment.
Well, see, they're trying to make them obese people victims. You're not a victim. You can improve yourself. And yes, it's a struggle. Food is a struggle for some, just like alcohol and drugs or cigarettes. Food can also be a struggle for some people. They're not just obese gluttons. There are many different reasons why people eat. Some are not just gluttonous slobs that just say, I love food, I don't want to do any better. Sometimes it's stress. It could be a situation, a high stressful life. It could be maybe the way how they were raised, and they have to undo it.
Or medical.
And it could be medical. It's not always, well, I'm a slob pig and I'm going to eat
love to latch on that medical bullshit.
Yeah, but
they want to latch on to any kind of anything that gives them an excuse to never try.
Mm-hmm.
They'll hinge on that shit.
Yes. I know for me, with myself, when I had my annual checkup, it was a bad report card. And I said, I got to do something. I got to do something else.
On my ass.
And that's what I thought about. And that's what I stay focused on.
Fucking unreal.
Not going to happen overnight. And my body may not
on me, yeah.
Oh, Wolf. Oh, your reason for living has now gone away.
I just hope the checkpoint is valid.
I hope so. But
we should return to this on next Sunday or next Saturday.
Yeah, it is 2 hours, and it is basically almost 11 o'clock, at least for me.
I know you guys. We dealing with the new time. We're still adjusting to this whole new time.
Yep.
Well, daylight savings just started.
Yes.
Before we take our leave, another song, another song that talks about a character in comic books or literature is from the band The Kinks, and this song is actually in reference to Johnny Thunder, a member of the Justice Society. And to those who don't know who Johnny Thunder is, as mentioned earlier, he is a member of the Justice Society who is bonded to a genie, which grants him wishes. However, he is not. However, how the genie is drawn is not what you think of. It's an energy being from the fifth dimension, similar to Mr. Mixius Bitlick. However, this genie is benevolent and has been with Johnny for a good long while before the transfer of ownership went to Jakeem.
That I did not know. Thank you for letting us know that. I did not know that.
Johnny Thunder.
Are you ready now?
One last thing before we go, very short and quick. If you liked our little conflab into Greek mythology, I'm sure down the line you look forward to this little project me and Final are working on. Maybe the Judgment of Paris.
Oh, yes, the Judgment of Paris.
Yes, our little voice production of Judgment of Paris. When we have it together, I'm sure that you will like what our little thing is, our little reading.
So, I'd like to thank everybody for being here. You, 5 of you, and these nonsense motherfuckers that keep popping in and out. I'd like to thank everybody for hearing us flip flop around music and history of all things. And of course, the usual bullshit, celebrity gossip. You guys love us enough for it. I'd like to thank Eloise, the viewer, for silently creeping on us. The Bear of the North, Eloise, the viewer.
Sorry, point.
And your webcam's on.
Oh.
And it's so dark in here. Never mind.
Told you she's creeping.
Sorry, I'm playing. I'm sorry, guys.
That's okay. We understand your focus.
Good night, everyone.
Her big sister, the lovely Lady of Valor, Leia Plus Size.
Hello, everyone. This is Leia Plus Size, your lovely Lady of Valor, and thank you for joining us this evening. This was a chill Sunday. As you can see, we cover a whole gambit of topics. But if there's a topic you want us to discuss in this chill stream on Sunday, please leave it in the comments below. I am sure Wolf will very much appreciate it. Until then, all of you have a great week.
The Hound of the South, Donick Powell.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us in our open chat chill streams on the weekends. If there are any topics that you'd like us to discuss in the future or on our usual schedules, make sure you put them down in the comment section down below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Wolf 10 Media's channel. This is the Hound of the South, Donick Powell, signing off. And remember to keep on fighting and keeping hope, optimism, and idealism alive in the world.
Our 6th Ranger, the Star Warden, Draco Knight.
Farewell and have a good night, everyone. It's time for the Star Warden to take his leave. And don't forget, Star Warden Volume 2 is out on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Look, stay strong, do good, and slay evil.
And be kind.
There's also the Warrior of Light, Final Fantasy Fan 12.
Well, that about does it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you saw, click like and subscribe and share with your family and friends. And make sure you ring that notification bell, that way you get notified of our latest videos. Go subscribe to Wolf 10 Media if you haven't already. Go subscribe to me if you haven't already. And be sure you stay tuned for this Wednesday for episode 3 of Comic Studies to still continue with Justice League World's Greatest Superheroes, covering Shazam, The Power of Hope. And stay tuned for this Friday as we cover as we're about to do the rewrites of Final Fantasy 15. And then next week will be episode 3. Will be actually next Friday. Next Friday will be episode 3 of Final Fantasy Rolls, covering the Red Mage class. And a week before my birthday will be which will be episode 6 of Comic Studies, which will be Kingdom Come. So be sure you stay tuned for that. And once again, thank you guys so much for watching. This is Final Fantasy Fan 12 signing off. And remember, may the light forever shine upon us.
Remind you guys, this coming Tuesday, we'll be covering the Jurassic Park trilogy.
Woo! The original Jurassic Park trilogy, specifically.
Yay!
Wait.
Yay!
We will cover the Jurassic World movies eventually.
And I'll tell you my rewrite for all three movies. Not the original trilogy, the World trilogy.
Right.
Still cooking up that idea right now. It's mostly because I just don't have that big of an issue with the World trilogy. I know they have issues. I'm trying to figure out what could I have done better than with those three. Hell, I probably would just limit it just to one movie, just a big send off to the franchise. But we'll get there when we get there. We'll be we're also going to be having an anime spotlight for the first time since ever of this year, where we'll be covering a very well-known movie, or not so known movie, done by the same creator of Akira, Steam Boy. Exactly. You never heard of it.
Okay, I'm afraid I have not. I'm sorry. But it will be interesting you telling us about it.
Well, I'm linking you guys the damn movie so y'all can watch it.
Okay.
It's a very technical achievement for such a anime, especially the director really never lost his touch. So, like I said, it's a very obscure story of his. It was very well advertised, to say the least. It just didn't do well. I think it was a motion picture that they had ready for select theaters. I believe. I think they released it in theaters. I'm not sure though. And we will be covering Metropolis, the anime.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
None of these motherfuckers went ooh because they never heard of the damn thing, of course. I feel so old and fossilized.
I'm sure that you will educate us on it, and we may learn something. We may become fans of it. You never know.
But yeah, we'll be covering Metropolis pretty soon as an anime spotlight, because nobody apparently haven't heard of that one, and nobody even talks about that one.
And that was done by a German movie.
No shit, but they did an anime version of it too.
Oh, okay. That's what I was like. I was confused for a second.
Done by the people who did Astro Boy and Cyborg 009. It's in that style. Anyways, we'll be covering that. But before we do any of that, we also got an interview ready for Humble Marty pretty soon in April. Be showing up her books that she's written herself, or art, I believe. We'll get there when we get there. Of course, we got the Marvel Knights thing coming up. I do also believe that we will be doing our Akira Volume 3 towards the end of the March.
Yeah.
And of course, we will definitely be bringing back Janelle for this one. And oh boy, I just remembered.
It's gonna go down.
I just remembered this was the one book that just really, oh man.
Yeah, because
I'm holding back
always
my
expect this in Akira. Shit's gonna go down.
shit's going down in this volume. I think this was the one volume I started off with, actually, when I was able to acquire it because some of the books were kind of like checked out back at my local library. But when I caught up on it, I was like, oh my goodness, shit. Anyways, so also now that my voice is back, I'll be doing some Commander vlogs. So be looking forward to those as well. I have not stopped those. I just been trying to make sure my voice is back and ready for more. It's healed up, so it's good.
Good.
And I'd say that would be about it so far. So this has been your Wolf Commander. Once again, remind you guys, you are the UN Spacey. Welcome to the Wolf Fleet.
Now you're all probably wondering why I called you here.
Hell yeah, you dragged us out in the middle of a stormy night. What's wrong with you, fool? And why did you want us all in black?
I'm setting my scene.
I'm setting my scene.